Hello, my name is Mary, and I'm the moderator of this group. I made this video so that you can see that we're more articulate in print than in person, because we can take time when we write to make up for the pauses. I have had myalgic encephalomyelitis, given the dismissive name chronic fatigue syndrome, by NIH and CDC since I collapsed in my office on October 24th, 1994. I had been helped by the drug Ampligen, but I can't get it now because FDA took it away from me in February. I relapsed once before authored, and I've relapsed again. I can be worse. I haven't had a blackout yet, but I'm relapsing. On September 23rd, that week, I saw Dr. Dan Peterson at Lake Tahoe in Nevada. Thank you, Southwest Airlines, who is my specialist. He found me positive for Epstein-Barr virus reactivated yet again, HHV6 variant A, and cytomegalovirus. I have a low natural killer cell count and function, and the 37 kDa RNase L factor, which is RNase L is a biochemical response your body makes to a virus. In my case, and those of 98% of the cluster outbreak patients from Incline Village, the thing is truncated in half and doesn't work and causes all kinds of havoc in your body. I also had a VO2 max stress test where I scored 16. My 80-year-old mother should score 20. I should have scored 40. And a SPECT scan that showed, I have to read this, decreased activity in the left lateral temporal lobe and occipital lobes. The CDC has $11 million a year to spend on this disease. They haven't spent it on it, and we don't know what they're doing with it. But all they've done over and over again is try to make the definition even more vacuous than it is. I am a subgroup identifiable with biomarkers, but CDC ignores them because they want the biomarkers to be there for everybody diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome, and that's ridiculous. We're a heterogeneous group. We're not all going to test positive for the same thing. Instead, they should be looking at us, separating those who have the biomarkers and looking at what we have, which is actually what's going on at the private Whitmore Peterson Institute in Reno. But NIH and CDC should be doing this. There's 1 million Americans with this disease. Only 15% have a diagnosis, and most of those have no doctor. I did well on Ampligen, but it cost $20,000 a year. That's more than most people with this disease make in a year. If you do nothing else, please read the story of Pat Fira. Her 23-year-old son, Casey, was diagnosed with CFS as he entered puberty. The doctors laughed at the diagnosis. Pat has CFS, and they accused her of projecting her disease onto him. They never took his symptoms seriously. In the early morning hours of July 4th, 2005, Casey Firo, age 23, died in his sleep of viral myocarditis. The autopsy showed both old and new scarring. It's difficult to talk about because we all love Pat and Bruce very much. But I have to tell you this because you need to know the severity of the illness and the cost of the disinformation that comes out of CDC. Nobody believed he was sick, but his heart was dying. So please read our report. Please help us. Please don't try to balance the budget of health care on the backs of the severely ill. I believe in this administration. I think you can help us. I think you can help all of us. Thank you for listening, and Happy New Year.